Dillinger is Dead, 1969. This is going to be another Marco Ferreri movie. If you don't know who Marco Ferreri is, he's a poor man's Fellini. I didn't like this movie. I hated it. I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. I thought Le Grand Boff was better than this one, which isn't saying much, but Marco Ferreri looks like a larger size gnome on the bonus features, and I'm not going to spoil the ending to this one, but if you watch the bonus features before the movie on the Criterion Collection disc, you're going to spoil it for yourself. Just a warning. Anyways, the ending doesn't make sense anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But it's basically about the French actor Michel, whatever his name is. He looks like he's in his mid to late 40s. He's married to a trophy bride. It was Mick Jones' ex-girlfriend. She's not even an actress. Okay, she's got a birthmark on her arse, and there's a handful of brief nudity scenes in this one. White women, not anything too exciting for me, but maybe you're into that. It is a 1969 art house film, so it does have that. But it's kind of like a Rear Window in a sense that 90% of the movie takes place in an apartment, which, according to the film historian who's talks in the TV set in this one, he says that it's a modern artist's apartment that Ferreri used for this film. And so basically it starts out kind of introducing the Michel dude's character. I guess he's a gas mask inventor or something like that. And whatever. So he goes back to his apartment. His wife has a headache, the blondie. She has a nice face, but her body isn't that great. I mean, she's got a tan all over and the birthmark on her behind, but she's not that great looking. I don't know. Not my cup of tea exactly. Her face is kind of interesting though. And so she's got a headache. She wants sleeping pills. Michel gives her 3. So she's like knocked out, snoring really loud. And Michel's just putzing around the apartment, cooking. He finds Dillinger's gun wrapped in an old newspaper in his closet. Don't ask me how he got that, but anyways, he starts fiddling with that. And he gets on his projection screen. He starts doing the animal shadow kind of thing. Not exactly, but you get my idea. I think Ferreri ripped off that idea from Rossellini, because Ferreri was the producer of Rossellini movies during the 50s. So there's that, and then Michel decides to have an affair with his maid. He's like licking the honey off her back, which is kind of weird. And it is the late 60s. The maid is even more unattractive than the Mick Jones ex-girlfriend, Michel's wife in this one. the non-actress. And so after that, for no apparent reason, he decides to shoot his wife in the head 3 times with Dillinger's gun. Pillows in between her head and the gun. So you don't see any blood. You just see her lifeless body, kind of arms stretched out, kind of fake death. And then Michel takes off, and that's basically the movie. I mean, there's really not much else going on. Michel's kind of goofing off like a little kid playing bang bang games with his gun. And at one point, he even contemplates suicide before shooting his wife. Again, there's no rhyme or reason to this movie, and a lot of stuff is left up to your imagination. There's no plot or anything. No, hardly any dialogue in this one, and it's kind of the neo-realism is kind of intriguing, but it's long and tiring. I forget how long this movie is, but yeah, it's just another art house movie that I had to sit through with all these banal scenes of him cooking or fiddling with his gun or watching home movies on the projector. So, not my cup of tea, but like I said, if you want to see a better Ferrari movie, check out Le Grand Boff. I don't know if I've reviewed it on YouTube, but I'll go back and double check. So I guess I got an athlete's foot from, this was a few weeks ago, from working 3 jobs. You know, I had this same sock on for like a day and a half. Then my toes started getting all red and itchy and pain and pussy and stuff. So I put some athlete's foot cream on there to take care of it. But, you know, there's still a red mark on my toe. It's not as bad as before, but I tried to go see the doctor on Tuesday. The Palo Alto Medical Foundation refused to see me because they said it was a work-related injury. So I went to the workers' comp place across the freeway in St. Carlos, and they weren't going to see me either because the only place that my part-time employer, the valet parking place, will process workers' comp claims is in San Francisco, and I didn't have time to go to San Francisco this week. So, yeah, I just kept putting the cream on there. It's getting better and better, but the mark is still there, you know, a few weeks later, which is kind of disconcerting. I don't even know if it's athlete's foot anymore, but I guess it just started to heal by itself. It's a long process, but yeah, other than that, not much else going on. I got the settlement conference with my landlord on Thursday. That should be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Fortunately, my boss was understanding, and I could take an early late lunch that day. But the trial is a week from tomorrow, so I got to get ready for that. But it shouldn't take me too long. And yeah, cross my fingers. Hopefully, it goes well, and don't have to deal with this landlord haranguing me all the time for stupid stuff. So there's that, and what else? Got about 8,000 saved up, but might have to pay um, back rent on Thursday. We'll see how that goes. But I should get 2 checks on Friday, so shouldn't be a problem. I just don't know if I can save any money next week if I have to pay back rent. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, that's the end of my review. I don't really have anything else to say about this one. Um, I'll just wait for some more Marco Ferreri movies. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of my art house section in my DVD queue, so got about 20 more of those, and then I can go back to what is it? D.W. Griffith, The Avenging Conscience, which is supposed to be like the first horror movie or something. I don't know. I thought The Bells or Nosferatu was kind of in that period, but maybe this is before that. I don't know. We'll see. I think it might be 1916, if I'm not mistaken. And then I got some Rocky Jones, some Batman and Robin serial. Big Top Pee Wee, I think, is one of them. Subspecies 3. So that's coming down the pike. Looking forward to that. I'm sick and tired of these art house movies. Although Salo wasn't that bad, and it wasn't an art house movie exactly, but came from an art house director, so I had to check it out to be a Pasolini completist, as it were. Although Adrian's worried that it's got underage kids in there. But in any case, it's got that taboo aspect to it, for sure. I don't know how true it is, if those kids are really under the legal age of consent, or they're just younger looking actors, whatnot. But in any case, I'm done watching that one. So upwards and onwards to other things. Unfortunately, I got more Marco Ferreri movies. He's not one of the better art house directors, but I just got a handful of those, and then we'll get into some Werner Herzog. Hopefully, those are better. We'll see. So keep that in mind as I'm slogging through my Netflix queue. Laters.